Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and this is my review for Magi, the Kingdom of Magic, Episode 4. Now, this one, it starts off, we learn that the Olba and the pirates are using magic tools, and if you recall, last episode or the episode before, we learned that Magnostat actually makes magic tools. And we get confirmation later in the episode that Almadara, or however you pronounce it, and those pirates did in fact get their magic tools from Magnostat, which is the place Aladdin's going to. Almarai's home, and they're kind of just out of control. Magnostat, after what happened in the Mustacine Kingdom, which is that place that the one girl was from. For some reason I can't remember her name, even though she showed up like last episode or the episode before that, 2 episodes ago, yeah. But she was the girl who only talked to Aladdin, and she didn't like Yamaraya, blah blah blah. She died and turned into like charcoal and stuff. Yeah, her. That's her kingdom. And after what happened there, Magnostat just started invading all of their neighbors. So they've been going crazy, and Aladdin wants to go there. So you can tell that that's probably going to get a lot of focus, just because how important Magnostat is right now. All the things, how involved they are, how crazy they've been, how much they need to be put in check by a Magi. So, speaking of Magi, Aladdin got taken care of pretty easily. Not gonna lie, like it wasn't even Olba that did it. It was some fodder guy. He just hit Aladdin once with some like water thing, some water ball, and like hit him overboard, and that was it. So I, I mean, I get that for plot reasons, Aladdin had to be taken captive, but for it to happen so easily, I mean, he's a Magi. He has Hard in Vigada. He has those heat ugos and all this stuff. Like, it's something. I wanted him to at least try and fight back, but everyone ended up being beaten easily. Hakuri had to come in and save everybody and start taking people out. And even then, Aladdin got taken hostage since he was unconscious. So Olb ended up using that to escape with all the cargo. But you see Hakuri dropped some seeds in there, and those end up becoming relevant later. According to Hakuri, when he's talking to Alibaba Morgiana, the Actian Navy, the Sindrian ship men, people, plus all the families of the kids who were kidnapped, which I'll get to later. He mentions that by combining Zagan's ability to manipulate plants that he touches with his Magoi manipulation ability, he can insert Zagan's power into seeds so that they don't need to be touched directly in order to be activated by Zagan's power. So this huge root grows, and all they have to do is follow the root to find the hideout. So back to like earlier in the episode, because I've kind of been skipping around a little bit. Everyone arrives at the port. The Actian Navy is there. The port's been destroyed, and according to Actian Navy, it's like I said before, because all their men are spread out. Most of them are at the border trying to fight Magnostat, because now they're being invaded and attacked and everything. And the combination of that, plus the fact that they don't know where Almadara's base is, where their hideout is, they're trying to use that as a reason to not save the kids, because whenever Almadara attacks, they kidnap children, specifically children from the slums. So all the parents are trying to get the Active Navy to act and get their children back, and they won't do it because they don't know where the hideout is. But which is a logical reason to not do it. You can't save someone if you don't know where they are. But after Hakuyu reveals that he can in fact find their base, it turns out that was just an excuse the entire time, and the guy's just like, he's like making up all this stupid crap for the reasons why they can't go. Oh, it's the king's ship or something like that. He's making excuses. And when one of the parents calls him out on his crap, and they're like, "Oh, treason against the king, treason against the royal family," and they start attacking, and they're saying, the only reason you're not going after our children is because we're from the slums. We're not, We're not rich like the royal family. And Alibaba, of course, this hits home for him because he's been on both sides. He's lived in the slums, plus in the he's lived with the king of Baobab and everything. Not the castle. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those days. Words are just escaping me. It's not a castle. It's like the palace. Yeah, yeah. He lived in the palace as royalty in Baobab. So he knows. The point is that Alibaba knows both sides. So he decides that he wants to go and fight and save the children from Almadara. Plus, he has to get Aladdin back anyway, so might as well, right? But they end up going. They use the ship. They go. They find the hideout, Almadara's hideout, and and Alba's like, oh hey, this place is surrounded by mountains and cliffs and things like that. They can't get in there. Get in here. Morgiana's like, hey, you don't think we can get in here? Watch this. she takes Alibaba and Hakuri and throws them over, and she jumps over too. But so that's how they get in, and that's how the episode ends. But there are also some comedic scenes in here as well. We see Hakuryu informing Sinbad, Yamaraya, and Shah Khan of the situation using the Eye of the Rook. And Sinbad talks with Alibaba, and Shah Khan and Yamaraya just knocks Sinbad out the way. So that was pretty funny. There's probably going to be some punishment for that. I could imagine Sinbad, equipping Zippar or something, manipulating their souls, and maybe using folklore or Badarak Saika. There's going to be some type of punishment to pay Sinbad's. I can imagine Sinbad standing up with this huge vein in his head, and he is not pleased by what's happened. But that was funny. Plus, how Curry teasing Alibaba about the full Jin equip. That was funny too. So those were some fun scenes, but there are also some more serious ones involving Aladdin and Almadara. And he discovers that these kids, the ship is being run, it can travel underwater because of a magic item. And these kids are using their Magoi to power to power that magic item. And this is clearly not safe. I mean, Morgiana, she's what, like 15, 16, 17? And she doesn't have that much Magoi. So to have these children who, without a doubt, have less Magoi than her, running this ship, that's clearly not safe. And Aladdin tries to say something about it. But Oba's like, no, man, these kids, all of us, we're happy to die for Almadara. We're happy to, she saved us. We're happy to die for her. It's just crazy the grip the hold that Almadara has over these kids. It's ridiculous. We see all the kids eating at the table, and Oba tries to explain to Aladdin that, these kids that we took from the slums, they've never known what it's like to be able to comfortably have a meal and to live in peace and everything. Now they can live peacefully, they can live safely, they don't need to worry about anything now. And we see Almadara for the first time, and it's clear. It's very, very obvious. Just look at her eyes, look at the expression on her face. It is clear that this woman is pure evil. It is clear from a mile. It is clear as day. You can see it from a mile away. This woman is evil. And we don't know how. Maybe it's from some magic item or something, but she has some type of hold on these kids where they just do not see clearly at all. And she thinks she's like the mother of all miserable children in the world. And Aladdin's like, he calls her out on her crap. And he says, you're the mother of all miserable children. You're making these children miserable. You're making them collapse, sacrifice their lives, so that you can steal, and kidnap more children. How is that? How are you blessing these children by making them die? But no one sees it. They're saying, yeah, but she saved us in the first place, so we'd be happy to die for her. But it just doesn't make sense, though, and they don't see it. So Almadara has some type of hold on them where they just don't. They're willing to blindly fight for her. But that's. I think that's it for the episode. Overall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It was a pretty cool episode. The comedy towards the end there, Morgiana, Aladdin, or Morgiana, Alibaba, and Hakuryu going into the hideout. They kind of should have broken their legs with a fall like that, but whatever. Morgiana should have been fine, but Alibaba and Hakuryu at the very least should have broken their legs, but whatever. Almadara is pure evil. That's we get some info on Magnostat, but it's kind of just setting up for the future, setting up for when Aladdin goes to Magnostat, setting up for this fight with Almadara. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But that's it. That's it for now. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.